and they have a plan against it. They did pick up the Moraxus, which is good against Mora, or alright. And they did pick up a Ophelia, and I would not say that... Like, I think it's straightforward, it's a -2 with Moraxus mid, but I have a feeling it could be a man-up with Ophelia if they pick a strong support like a Glacius or whatever against the Tempest. And they can possibly win 3 lanes with that. We'll see. But they do ban out the Trample. Oh, right, and Oogie. That's also a cheesy option. But, yeah. Thinking about Cannon Dwarf heroes. They're probably gonna last pick his hero because they're still lacking a support. So I would say they're gonna pick a support now. I think a Glacius or a Luna, most likely.
Yeah.
But then they might not have a Tempest Cancer, so they could pick a Andro, for example. So we'll see what they end up going for. And for the carry option, Stilet is actually alright here. Not the best, but it's gonna have a free farm lane. Because there's no way Hellborn is gonna man up, I would say. So Silhouette is looking alright. At the same time, Magnus is alright against Silhouette, so... Alright, they pick up the Raps. They might go for a push lineup. And if you think about snowballing pushy carries...
Soul Reaper.
I think they're gonna pick up Malikan.
Malikan, okay.
I know that sounds... I don't know. Maybe doesn't have any reasons, but it's just a tanky carry, can fight early, and then can snowball. I don't think they play like Super those heroes. I think they play traditional carries.
Yeah.
Malik is one of those which can fit into a push lineup.
Yeah, I know Malikan would make sense.
And it's also tanky. And right now, Hellborn does lack some damage. And the last pick... and the last pick is gonna be probably like it's gonna be a carry for sure. I'm just thinking what carries they could get, but alright, so that's also not an option. Might be better actually because I think it would be really good if Rhapsody and Moraxus could go dual mid, and Soulstay could go short lane solo. Just because they don't have a really strong dual mid on the Albon side, so they could probably sack it. If that's the case, then either the Magnus or Bubbles gonna be completely boxed out by the Rhapsody. Like there's no way Bubbles or Magnus gonna get anything against the Rhapsody Moraxus dual mid.
Yeah.
So Moraxus should be free farm, Soulstay should win his lane, and then with the early Moraxus PK and fat Soulstay and Ophelia, they could easily take this into Snowball. Now the last pick for Hellborn,
Need that carry, obviously.
I hope they don't pick Shadowbait. Okay, they're gonna go for Malikan.
Malikan, yeah. That could be their
I
option.
kind of felt like they want to have something tankier. Malikan deals alright damage. It's not bad. They definitely fit the lineup.
Yeah,
But
there's
that's
synergy.
just... I just feel like they're a bit screwed because I just don't like the Bubbles pick once again. I'm not sure if it's a Bubbles suicide or Magnus suicide, but it's gonna be a solo mid and solo long lane. And if Legion lanes it properly, that mid lane is not gonna get anything. It's not like there are mid laners which get a lot 1v2, like a Flux, a Midas, Pharaoh. Even like Tundra can get a lot 1v2. Cheaper some games, TB. But Bubbles or Magnus is not one of those. And if it's a dual mid with the Moira Magnus, which is not, because they're swaps. But if it was a dual mid, then Malikan would get crushed against the Midas.
Yeah.
So they're a bit screwed, I feel like. So I'm not sure how this game is gonna be, but they're gonna lack initiation early game against the Ophelia lineup. They have the Bubbles and that's it. The Magnus... not sure what Magnus will do. What I would do is go bot lane with Rhapsody, help out the Soul Steal a little bit, so he gets a good start, and then rotate mid, and then box out the bubbles completely mid lane. We'll see what they go. What they do.
Yeah, let's see how they decide to lane it here off the bat. Both teams headed towards the bottom lane. Started off, so we saw last game there was the potential for a clash, but in the end it backed off from one another, so this time setting up the same way. Obviously Ophelia and Tempest on either side, and not necessarily the strongest level 1 team fighters, so in a sense they maybe cancel each other out. But,
And Source is also
oh
weak.
wow, that was really close. Soul Stealer was almost in range. Jeez, they had a chance.
They could have killed him. If
Yeah.
Bubbles kills Q, and Moira puts Q in him, and Bubbles ports in, then
Oh.
Source is stunned.
We're still fighting, apparently. Here we go. Morax's Stomp comes out. Magma's dropping a half-life off the bat. Tempest, he's also dropping some damage. Who's going to die first is the question. It's going to be Tempest. Bloodlust for the Legion side, but Rhapsody in response. Meanwhile, Magnus, he's trying to run away and survive right here. Health Potion is taken off pretty quickly. Moraxis did go the Stomp first, so can't necessarily chase him down with those axes. However, they're running at the same speed, it looks like. Magnus, he gets caught there by the Golden Salvo, but I think is going to be fine. As, yes, he will buy the distance. So, 1-for-1 exchange to start it off here in this game.
I mean, Tempest died, that's not the biggest deal. Rhapsody died, not the biggest deal either.
Yeah.
Who got to kill Moira and Midas? Wait, Midas is mid, and... Okay, they send Morax's suicide. Oh no, okay, so they're not doing what I said. They send Morax's suicide against the Moira, which is fine. It worked well.
Interesting.
They could have boxed out the bubbles mid completely. And now instead they're gonna box out the Magnus completely bot lane, which is also fine, I guess. They just would have won 2 lanes, and now Midas against Bubbles. I think Bubbles is alright against Midas. So I don't think it's a favorable matchup for Midas. Midas gets really strong at level 4, but Bubbles has way longer range. You should always like harass the Midas whenever he's like lasting and stuff such, because yeah, like there's no way a Midas should out harass a Bubbles because just the range difference. So I think Bubbles gonna have a good time here. And yeah, Magnus is. If Magnus kills Steam Buff, for example, he could do alright bot lane, but then. Yeah.
He's already found. Yeah, he went all the way back to base. He was very low after that last fight. Now
Yep.
he just ran back here, so he's he's already off to a very slow start and definitely not a favorable
Minor is
lane,
coming
and
though.
yeah, he's in trouble now. Here comes that Minotaur. He's actually going to go up to farm a little bit, and that could backfire big time. He does have boots, but now he realizes he's in a tough spot. Will he be able to stun appropriately? Minotaur stun. Okay, yeah, the Ophelia couldn't necessarily get the best positioning there, and Magnus is fine in the end, though.
Yep.
But keeping them busy, I guess, is a plus there.
Played by both players. Ophelia and Magnus.
Yeah. But Soul Stealer is having absolute free farm, of course. Cannondorf expecting that GPM to be fairly high. Should be the same, though, for Malikan, to be fair. Here at the top side.
Oh, actually, Midas got the Bloodlust, so it's not that bad.
Yes.
Because he got the ball really early, so it's alright. But without the Bloodlust, I think Bubbles would win this lane. Even if he wouldn't crush it, he would win it. I think he's winning it right now still. I mean, he is. In analysis, it's just the Bloodlust.
That helps. Fuzzy Sloth, though, again, a fantastic Bubbles player, and
Yep.
knows this matchup pretty well himself, so he's holding his ground. Tempest, he's coming to the middle lane. Seeing about possibly setting up a gank right here. Only level 1 Glacial Blast, not the most powerful, and actually not even going to go for it.
I think that's time wasted.
Yeah, a lot of time wasted. Saves a little bit of mana in the end, but we'll just go back to the jungle and continues to farm.
But if anything, the Moraxis should have been a gank.
Yeah, true.
Because Moira has mana burn as well. So if they time it, they can possibly stun it without him getting the shield off. Because obviously the shield absorbs the shards of Harkon.
Yes.
That's why Moraxis is good against Moira.
Very powerful
lane.
against Mora, yeah. And that's in a lot of matchups, maybe he wouldn't be able to really be the best suicide, but you're right. In this one, it's actually seems like he actually is decent because of that. So.
Also, side note, Magnus is getting way too much bot lane. Maybe that sounds crazy, but like he should be level 3. Like,
yeah,
should be level 1. But he is going for the bot rune now, so he's not taking SP at least. If he gets a lucky rune, like a haste invis, they might kill the Midas, but no.
Oh, just a refreshment. Double damage spawns top, and Tempest actually. He's going to protect it at least, but I assume Bubbles is going to eventually go pick it up here. Yes, he will. He needs to get there quick. Yeah, he will. Okay, Moraxis was heading over, but decided it was best to turn around, and that was definitely the good decision. Got there pretty late. But yeah, no, I agree with you, the Magnus. Especially, it's not like they've necessarily had the worst lane control. It's just maybe haven't been
now they
harassing
do.
as much. Yeah, now it's not that great. Oscar's getting some decent
And
experience
Rhapsody
here.
is going for bot rune, which is taken, so I'm not sure what he's doing. And they had vision of that. Instead of that, he should be pulling right now. Oh, he's gonna go around. Okay. So they're gonna try to dive. Is he gonna pick up dust in the shop? No, he's not gonna do it. Okay. Okay, he just used Team Buff on Magnus, so it's on cooldown. They know that. That could be a kill.
Yeah, unless he falls all the way back, which it looks like he may be doing middle end in the meantime. Midas, he's forced to take the stun, but the final auto attack comes out, and down goes Just Man right there. So Bubbles, that double damager, definitely comes through in the end. And he got a kill almost initially. It didn't get it. Just Man kind of healed up a little bit, but then the Calfield came out. That level 6 happened, and obviously picks
He
it
also
up.
has a double of the last hits of Midas.
Wow, yeah, he is dominating this middle lane, really, especially with that kill. Also, Midas that got Bloodlust, too. Jeez.
Yep. So I really think they should have dual midded and let Midas suicide. Early more access PK with a push lineup would have made so much more work than an okay formed Midas. But Rhapsody?
Oh, geez, he runs
That's
right
dead
into
Bubbles.
him. It should be easily dead Bubbles. He kind of felt. I think he had the idea that somebody was over here. They had a ward of sight which spotted they were rotating, but
they had the ward.
he wasn't aware that was that close, I guess, and
Yep.
eventually gets killed. So Magnus, he needs to be a little careful. Oscar getting caught off to the side. Staccato stuns. Not going to be enough in the end. Moraxis is going to try to chase. Maybe it is actually. Yeah, the Steam Bath kind of quickly coming out right there. Not really disjoining anything, though. The stun from Moira is not in time. Down goes
If he walked
Magnus.
closer a little bit, I think the shots would have arrived faster, possibly. So the last Moraxis auto attack wouldn't have went off.
Yeah.
But I mean that would have been really close, so I can't really blame the Moira for that. But,
In the end, goes down and remains overall pretty even game. And speaking of that, let's see how the carries are doing. Again, they've both had pretty much free farm here. Soul Stealer versus Malikan. Soul Stealer is pushing the bottom tower as well, and it's going to be an easy tower kill. So his GPM definitely going to be a little bit more ahead now. 475, 420 gold per minute though for Malikan, who just got his Helm of the Victim. So again, that could make either the Insanitarius or Whispering Helm. We've definitely seen both as far as priority for Malikan. So
okay, so also last did the tower. Let's see what Malikan does, and I'm gonna say what I think about that.
okay,
After I'm gonna see what Malikan does.
let's see.
Yep,
He's gonna let it.
good players. Yep.
Okay.
You don't know last hit towers because you get way more gold as a team. And especially on a hero with Soulster, which is like farming crazy fast, why would you take gold away from your team when you have such farming abilities anyways?
Huh.
Like, it's not like you're gonna be underfarmed with a Soulstealer. And right now that means a slower Astrolabe on Ophelia, a slower PK on Moraxis, a slower Steam Boots or PK on Midas as well.
All right. Oh, bottom lane, actually a big fight coming out here. Calfield will catch Ophelia. That's it, though. Magnus follows up with a stun to finish her off. Rhapsody, not too sure what he was planning, but he was not in the best position to really pick a fight right there himself. And the Forgotten One ends up falling in the end. So the 2-for-0 exchange. No tower kill either. So definitely a big fight in favor of Complexity.
What I would do right now, they might try to go for a long lane push. I'm not sure if that's a good idea. But what I would do is clear Ancients with Malikan right now, but it's not stacked, so they can't do that. But just a side note, Magnus is roaming a lot for the runes and such. I think if he stacked Ancients a few times, it would have been really good timing to clear Ancients right now with Malikan. But he didn't go for that play, so they can't go for it. But it's just more efficient when you go for a rune to stack Ancients, or like when you're out of XP, because he's level 6 right now, but he was like level 4 for a very long time.
Yeah.
You could just stack Ancients for your carry, for example. Yeah. But Source is gonna go for Sustainer, and I mean honestly I don't really like it. But I'm just one of the Nullstone Soulstealer haters, because I think the hero farms so fast anyways, you don't need a farming item. I would rather see a fighting item, because the hero is all about snowballing.
Yeah.
Tempest?
And this isn't really the greatest Nullstone team. As actually bottom lane Tempest, he will get caught.
Yeah, exactly.
Left behind. But
it's good against Tempest and Moira, and that's it.
Yeah, there's not like the big ability that's like, okay, well, at least it cancels that. It's just kind of minor abilities that'll just take it off. So I agree. I mean, obviously for the eventual Sheepsticks and Hellflowers, sure. But anyways, Ophelia caught in the jungle in the meantime as well. So both junglers end up dying right here. Rhapsody going to maybe try to set something up for the supporting cast coming in, but I think they're just a little bit too far away. Oh, maybe not actually. Minus and Moraxis. They're chugging over, but still goes back to just a little too far away. Transmute connects on a Magnus, but not enough follow-up. And he'll survive it, so. But Ganondorf, he's trying to push in this bottom tower. He is going to get the last hit once again, so more farm for him, but that's a really good point
that
you made
was that was okay, because they didn't see enemies coming, and it was really close.
Okay.
So he should have killed the tower as fast as possible, because he could have had like bubbles nearby, setting up a TP or like whatever.
Okay, so if it's possibly going to be denied, yeah, just guarantee it. That makes sense.
No, there's not, but getting killed, like the danger of getting killed.
Yeah.
You know, kill the tower as fast as possible when people are missing, probably.
Yeah, too.
But no, going back to Nullstone, just imagine what the Shrunken PK would do in this game. Like, the whole Bubbles Magnus would be useless, and like, where's the damage gonna come from? Tempest has no damage, Moira has no damage.
Yeah.
And that's only a Pelican then. And especially like when Moraxis gets a PK, comboing with that, it's also gonna be really effective. And like, people get Nullstone on Soulstone because you farm faster because of the mana regen, but you don't want to farm in this team, and Magnus is gonna kill Soulstone now.
Gonna find him. Yet Moira coming in with the illusion, the eruption being channeled. Obviously nothing Soulstealer can do about that other than try to run away. Baba Ganoush actually credit for the kill even. But that was definitely most all Magnus right there. Finding a solo kill. That's big. Yeah, Soulstealer was trying to really snowball out of control and slowing him down a little bit middle lane in the meantime. Not enough action. Just a little bit of poke right there. 2,500 gold on Bubbles. Like, I mean, you'd figure you'd be going for the portal key, but there you go. Okay. Purchases it there. Just a little bit delayed. As far as picking it up. Middle lane, we definitely have a fight coming out, though, possibly. Malikan, he's dropping about half life off the bat. He's going to have to sword throw away. And he will survive. Tower, though, is going to be denied here.
Not sure what Moira caught with the ult, but that's a really good idea at least. Even if it didn't cut anyone. It was a really well placed ulti. No, but like, you don't need Sustainer because you also have a Mana Ring on Ophelia, for example. So I just really dislike this, and I don't want to say that it's over. But this game is going to be also really hard to win for the Legion team, just because the way their team works is snowballing, and they're not snowballing enough, and Solstice is also going for a farming item.
Yeah.
And lasting towers, and Ophelia's underfarmed, and Moraxis is not even close to his PK. In the meantime, Magnus said he's gonna have his PK, Bubbles has his PK, Tempest is gonna die now.
Yeah, I got caught there by the transmute. Kelfield does hit. You do see the Shards of Harkon maybe trying to catch somebody, but a good spread right there, and good job with the Ophelia's touch as well to heal them up. In fact, bottom tower killed by Complexity.
Yep.
As the chase kind of continues, but Complexity is playing safe enough right here. Malikan, he does have ultimate form still. Didn't find the opportunity to use it though, but yeah, so they lost Tempest, but I got a tower kill bottom and distracting, wasting a lot of time for Mystery Gang.
Okay, now this fight can go two ways. Either Myst fights really well and they win this, but I would say actually Magnus ulti is on cooldown.
5 more seconds. It's coming
Okay,
up
not
here.
Strava can see that, but yeah. Okay, well then they don't know that Magnus has a PK, so it could be a surprise for them.
Oh,
But
this
they
is
are
big.
spread.
Yeah, here we go. Magnus eruption. Ew. Okay, he just went in at the right time. He's stunned a little bit later on. Wanted soulstealer. He catches him. soulstealer in the background running this whole time. Malikan ulti for him. Will end up picking off more access. soulstealer stays alive, but he's not doing any damage. So really not the biggest deal in the world. Ophelia going to be collapsed on, and she will die. Ends up being 3 kills there, and a hat trick for Formless when it's all said and done.
So, if Soulster had a shrunk cannon, he activated it, and channeled ulti, I'm pretty sure that Magnus would have died instantly.
Yeah, probably.
Because Magnus didn't even Magnus didn't insta-stun Soulster. He was like literally running away from Magnus, and then Magnus stunned him like 2 seconds after. But it was a good idea because they had like more stun on him, so I didn't want to stack stuns. But still, it was a alright. I'm not saying it was alright fight for Myst, but it could have been much worse. They were really spread, so that was good for them. Could have been definitely genocide if you're not spread.
Wow, soulstealer. Bubbles finds soulstealer, and soulstealer almost like saw him for a second and just decided to keep farming a little bit, but Bubbles is not. Wow. That almost seemed like Bubbles should have really known where he was, to be honest, but again, I know it's a lot easier for us as a spectator. I thought he knew for sure where he was right there. I was going to kill him, but never mind. Ultimately gets away. So soulstealer staying alive, 1,200 gold more saved up here. But yeah, you're right, though. The null stun, it doesn't seem like it's, unfortunately, doing a whole lot here for soulstealer as far as really amping that farm compared to getting something like that shrunken out, which definitely would have helped a lot more in that last team fight. I will say as well, it's something we kind of overlooked, and I got a shout out to Chow for this one for mentioning it, was he actually decided to put a point into Dread very early on in the game. In fact, I think he did it at level 2 even. So he like passed up Demon Hand before.
That's a misclick.
You think it was
For
just
sure.
simply a misclick?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a misclick. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's no explanation for that.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, he was literally free farming the bottom lane, but I can't see why it would make sense to get the minus armor over just getting more Demon Hands, yeah. So, I'd believe that if it was. A misclick there. But, oh, more, okay, she's going to Arcane Vortex, the Creep's got a... Magnus comes in! What a bait encounter right there! Turn for complexity. soulstealer and Ophelia were chasing, thinking they had a free kill, and all of a sudden Magnus and Bubbles show up.
I mean, that was really YOLO for Moira to go in like that, because that wasn't, like, you can call it a bait, but he was just deboarding with the bound die, and then he just ran into players.
Yeah.
And he had the team support to help him out, but that was still a bit deep, but it worked out. Also, like, I like the early eye, but he's not going for a PK, which I'm not sure about. I've seen him, Baba Ganoush, him going for a tablet instead of PK on Moira. I still think PK is amazing on Moira and should be always better than tablet, at least as a first item. But I mean, if he likes it, why not? He plays the hero well. So far he has been doing really well. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the early eye, and now Bowser is gonna get it, which is definitely a much better hero to have eye on, because he has much more mobility, covers more area, and also survives.
You see right here, using it right off the bat.
Yep. So he covered pretty much twice as big of an area than what Moira would do. And yeah, now they're gonna get map control, and I'm not even sure what Legion's gonna do. Probably they're gonna try to get souls, get the Astrolabe and group up. If they just fall back and farm, it's gonna be the same game. They're just gonna get ganked. They are facing 2 PK heroes and the Moira. And this time they don't even have a very late game. They don't have a Tempest Canceller. They have the Legion disadvantage for Kongor. And yeah, Heaven is also taking Kongor right now. And they have the Eye, so they deboarded the Eye. They have no ways of initiating still, Legion. The Kongor fight, they have no PK hero, so this is a free Kongor.
Yeah.
If Legion even tries to defend that, then they're gonna die. Because Hellbound has vision and 2 PKs, Legion has no vision and they don't have PKs. Actually they have a minus PK, but still. So yeah.
Kongor, that's going to be a token for Malikan. What do you think of his decision, by the way, to just go straight Shrunken Head next? We see the Insanitarius combo with the Whispering Helm a lot, but...
I think that's fine.
Okay.
I think that's fine against the Soulster Midas. I wonder what he's gonna get next, though. If he's gonna still go into Interius or something else.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna go for that. But I remember like old school Melican builds didn't have Instantaneous, for example. I might be wrong, but I just remember like 2-3 years ago, people just went for Whispering Shrunken into Demonic.
I've always thought to me, I've always thought I've had the
wrong.
holy trinity of items with Malikan, where it's the Whispering Helmet, Sanitarius, and Shrunken. To be fair, so
Okay, I could be wrong though. Like I definitely see people doing it now.
yeah, it's really popular now, if anything. But yeah, I think he's kind of just always been one of the few heroes that in Sanitarius has actually been considered very powerful on, because with how the hero works with the lifesteal and everything. So the benefit of the strength. So here's, speaking of more counter warding, Fuzzy Sloth on top of it with that bound eye. Counter wards a very aggressive Vorticite there. That was recently placed for Mystery Gang, so keeping it pretty dark for them as far as the vision goes. And they're kind of just chilling up here right now, farming a little bit with Ophelia, but even Myst is kind of just sitting around waiting for an opportunity. Soul Stealer is getting some more farm, and it looks like he is trying to finish that Shrunken Head now.
It's a kind of funky play by Myst, but they kind of have to do something like that. I don't think they can take a 5v5 team fight at this point, so they have to split push / get pickups.
Yeah.
And right now they're gonna go for a split push, but then they have... right now they have no vision of Magnus, for example, because he's in fog. And they have no vision of Bubbles. So right now they could be jumped and initiated on. So this is a really bad play like by this Moraxus going like that without vision. Of course it doesn't backfire right now, but
Yeah.
it's pointing it out.
Yeah,
And right now, Mammoth is showing, he shouldn't be showing, and Bubble shouldn't be showing either. Because right now, it's 1-for-1 tower, and they're safe to trade because they see the 2 initiators hitting the tower.
Yeah.
And now they're gonna go for a base race, my guess. It should be good for Legion if they could get Rax for Rax.
Oh,
I'm not sure what's
absolutely.
gonna happen. And now they're TPing back with smokes. I guess that's a good play because they could have base wards. But they... I'm not sure if they were just feeling that or they saw that. The
Yeah,
TPs.
they decided to fall back. I mean, I think it was probably a case of all of a sudden they saw them go missing. So, what you were talking about earlier where they were showing themselves for most of that. So, oh, Magnus actually finds Ophelia by herself. Going to go for the eruption? No, he's not.
Mora's
Skull's a king nearby, but Mora's going to assist right here. You see the Ophelia's touch used pretty early, but in come the Shards of Harkon, a couple of auto attacks later. I don't know, though. She's not the crazy tankiest, but not tanky enough. The Arcane Vortex also catches Moraxus now, as all of a sudden he's by himself, and they also picked off Soul Stealer while this is going on. Kelphiel will cancel for Moraxus, and he's all of a sudden by himself, has the Matrax up. Gonna explode right there. Pops the Arcane Shield, actually, but it doesn't matter. He ends up going down. So 3 kills all in a row there for Complexity, not losing a single hero. Meanwhile, middle lane also being heavily pushed in with these 2.
Perhaps this aim. This guy always gets in. Wait. No, it was Babuganush. Alright.
Yeah.
Thought it was the same player.
Nope. This time Forgotten One playing the Rhapsody, of course, but well, they deny the tower at least, so well played. Malikan, he did lose a token.
Yep. And he went for the Bulwark, not the...
Nothing Sanitarius, yeah.
Incendiaries, yeah.
Passing it up here. Going
I think Incendiaries would be better though. I don't feel like they need that much armor or... I mean, both is good. I just preference, I guess. But
Yeah.
I think Incendiaries is still better here.
I mean, the Rax does stay alive, so good news for Mystery King at least. And in the end, they'll get Complexity to fall back for the time being, so...
Also, Tempest is really close to his Shrunken. So when he gets that, they're not gonna cancel that either. Unless Ophelia Skeleton, obviously.
Yeah, they got one way.
But with the map control they have, it's very unlikely that he's gonna find Skeleton and keep it. Although he has one right now.
Ooh, Magnus. He's got some kind of information. Now, he's definitely seen by this Word of Sight that was just placed. In the end, they're going to fall back anyway. So, of course, no Congur yet. Token was just used on Formless, so it's going to be a little bit here, by 4 or 5 minutes or so. We'll see that coming up. There's the Warp Cleft for Malakin, so the full Demonic Breastplate coming up now around the corner. Next in line for them. But again, you continue to look at Soul Stealer's build, a very, very defensive, farming-minded build, going the Nullstone into the Shrunken Head. You got to think, I mean, Portal Key here, it's like, it's good on him because of the Soul Burst has a lot of potential to be a lot of damage, but is that what that's actually Tempest getting caught here by several heroes. More of the Arcane Vortex didn't hit Tempest, though. That was a big problem. And that doesn't help in the end, so.
Oh, no, I still like Beacon. It's also like they get the more access PK and then combo together. That's a nice way of picking people off for starting team fights, although they are facing a Tempest. So if they go in and Tempest in the background and PK Shunkens those two, like Moraxis and Soulsters, they jump someone, then that's not good for the Legion team, obviously. So it's hard, but it's not like Soulster can stay in the back because...
Oh, it's like we saw this earlier. Protective Melodian's just out of range. It was stopped anyways. Kelfeld Soulster off the bat. He's going to be dead. Yep, he tried to TP out. It doesn't happen. Hey, they got the tower kill at least, but really the big picture, not the biggest steel complexities happening in these kills. And by kills, I mean, okay, they did get a second one on Rhapsody. Morax is trying to TP away. Not going to happen, though. The Matrix exploded. He goes down, and it will be 4 hero kills in the end. 4 complexity at the end of that fight. Magmus, just another beautiful initiation right there. And then the team follow-up came in out. I'm sure Malakin did plenty as well.
Yep.
In his ulti form. And they clean up, and now the push is their turn into the base. There are buybacks here on the Legion side. In fact, Rhapsody's going to be up, and everyone else does have a buyback if they want to use it. But will they defend this for Axe?
You have to remember that Soulster is going to be not maxed on Souls. Ophelia has no creeps.
Yeah, not the strongest.
Moraxis has still no PK.
Really? Wow, you're right.
I mean, he could sell the Buckler. Let's look at math. Is he gonna get it? No, he's not gonna get it. Actually, no, he's not gonna get it. No.
I figures might as well farm a little bit for it, but
yep.
That's.
But they let the Rex go. So
yeah.
That was a good decision, though. But this game is gonna be really hard because once again they have Bound Eye. They're gonna take map control and they're gonna repeat the same. They're gonna take Kongor, and then it's gonna be a unkillable Malikan. And then they just take Rex. And till Kongor is up, they just outfront them and pick off people. They have Bound Eye, so they have all the vision they want. And Midas is invis now. Yep.
Searching around for a kill. Puzzle box of Magmus.
Yeah.
That's not here today.
Alright. I don't like it that much. Just because I feel like a tablet would be nice for Magmus.
Yeah.
Just the way you play Magmus, you go in and go out, especially when you go for Strider's PK, you're really squishy. Well, not really squishy, but like, still, you can die. I mean, Puzzle Box is more map control, I'm thinking what else it is. Also damage, but you don't need damage. And Mediking got caught in the meantime.
Yeah, well, I was watching that the whole time, actually.
That was the Invis Midas, right?
Exactly, yeah. Midas was following around the whole time, and eventually they got the opportunity to actually open onto him. So
now they are trying to push mid against Mega Creeps. We'll see how it goes. Malikan has no buyback.
Exactly. He doesn't have a buyback. I mean, they just saw that Demonic Breastplate finish, too.
Look at Magnus. He's going around the smoke.
Okay.
He's going to initiate from the... Oh, he found that.
Found by Rhapsody, so not going to happen.
It's a nice plan.
Yeah. In the end...
and this peak is on cooldown right now, so he can't go for 8 seconds.
Another 5 seconds here. They're not really pushing it just yet.
Yeah, but this push is so worthless. Like, they're pushing against Mega Creeps, and yeah. They're also afraid against the Magnus PK, Bubbles PK. So they're just going to go back, probably. Nice Ophelia micro, though. Well, not really micro, but using the Vulture Lord to cancel PKs.
Yeah, that tornado.
Oh, Moira. Yep.
Catch somebody? Got Ophelia? Yeah. Ophelia left bind, and down goes Column right there. So good catch at least on him.
Kongor's up soon is my guess, but maybe not soon enough. They can also go for a mid-rax, most likely. Actually, what I'm like okay, I guess they're gonna go for range Rex. It's not a big deal though. I would go for a Congo definitely, and I think they will just push up mid and go for a Congo. Yeah.
Sheepstick going to be finished on Bubbles right here, so I mean, then also again, it will be decent against that, but ultimately Sheepstick going to be very powerful. Here goes Kongor for the Cellborn side. Oscar now the level 2 puzzle box even picked up for him. They do have a portal key on Moraxis at least. Talking about that earlier, it took him forever, but finally does get one here. You see 3,500 gold on Justman actually. So a Sheepstick himself is still a little bit away because needs both the Blessed Orb as well as the Acolyte Staff. But there goes Kongor. And now a token on Malakin to go with that Demonic Breastplate he finished recently. And they're going to make their way to the bottom lane, it looks like, right here. And
They literally are not waiting for any items. I mean, they could wait for a Tempest PK, but it's not that important, I feel like. They're just fine with going Medican in the front, attacking the tower down, and that's it. Like, I don't know, like Legion can't fight this. If they, in ideal fight, Medican stays in the front, rest of the team stays in the back. If they go on Medican, then the Magnus is gonna counter-initiate with the Moira and the Bubbles. American as token, and they genocide the enemy. If they don't go for Medican, then they lose Rex. So the only way of winning this team fight would be getting a ward uphill, right where Moira was standing right now, or like Tempest is, or where Bubbles is right now.
Yeah.
So they have vision of that area, and then somehow get around or get the initiation on the back. But then still, it's only Moraxis, Sorcerer, PK. I guess Midas can PK. It probably still won't be enough, but that would be their best chance. But they are split pushing, which is good.
Yeah, the
Bubbles is setting up.
gonna get them to fall back, but yeah, the Bubbles they set up. The Kelfield happens. They lose the tower, but a double tap for Oscar coming out right there, and they clean them up. So sure, they exchange towers, but still not worth it. Definitely.
I'm not sure if they've seen that, but Malikan TP'd out without activating Shrunken, obviously. But they could have easily cancelled that if they had that ward, for example, and that would have been Malikan dying at least once, if not twice.
Yeah.
It would have been huge. But they didn't do that, so... In the end, it was 2-4-0. Base tower for base tower, I guess.
Yeah. And now 31 minutes in right here, you got a 21-7 hero kill lead in favor of Complexity. So, but more importantly, a 13,000 goal lead and nearly a 20,000 experience lead in their favor. So many things just going right here for Complexity right now. And on the side of
And they're
Mystery
gonna go for top. And Tempest is peeking now, and he's staying really far back.
Yeah, I mean he's really just all in on the style of jumping in and soul bursting, and we have not seen him soul burst yet. It's been 31 and a half minutes. Yeah. And
no, I was talking about Tempest, but yeah.
Yeah, he has not used a single soul burst yet, and his build surrounds the idea of jumping in and using soul burst. Like you don't go Nullstone Shrunken Head and Portal Key to sit back and auto attack. So it's
no, but at the same time, I don't think it matters if this point with this disadvantage. There's no way a Soulster is gonna outcarry or out attack a Medican or anything like that, and he's gonna get bursted down. The most amount of damage you can do is with a well-placed Soulster ulti.
Bubbles go for the quick kill. Magnus jumps in, actually got stunned immediately, but there's the Elemental Void and the possession from Malakin. Tearing through them. Soul Stealer once again, the case of just simply trying to live, not going to happen. He does have buyback, but he would not have a Shrunken Head. He is going to use it anyways because, well, he doesn't have a choice right here. Arcane Vortex catches several heroes, including Soul Stealer, who jumped back in. Soul Burst, no, he can't even get it off right there as he got silenced before. Quad kill for Formless, and that should do it now. He wants the Annihilation. Yes, he does get it in the end. The Annihilation is official, but GG, well played. Complexity does take game 2, and that means they split the series amongst one another here in this 2-game series.
Also means Trace is out.
Yes, that means we now officially have our top 4 teams, so no matter what happens from here on out, we know which 4 teams are moving on, and that's going to be Sync Esports, Reason Gaming, the Mystery Gang, and Complexity. Gaming. Is
But
how
there's
it
still the
finishes.
seeding.
But there is still the seeding purposes, yes, and Mystery Gang that they both actually play. They're set to be playing now. We are going to be taking a short break right here. I do have an update. Apparently, Complexity versus Reason Gaming may be delayed until tomorrow.
Right.
So that match is not going to be happening tonight. Again, that ultimately is just going to be for seeding purposes, really. But going to be delayed till tomorrow. As far as Mystery Gang versus Shrek is Love, that one should still be happening, and that's the match that we will be covering if it is, of course. So Shrek just simply playing for the case of, just to play. Well, the Mystery Gang, it will be for a little bit of positioning here. Going basically pretty much between, there's no way they can actually get set. So it's basically going to be competing for 3rd and 4th place is really what